from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's going to take you on a trip to who has trouble saying Floria. But I guess if I would just I didn't have time to say, well, if you said how far is it to Loria? But I can't say it together. You say, what's the distance to Loria? Is it short or far to Loria? It's far to Loria, but that has a 2 in it. But if you're confused, you say, I thought I tuned into did you turn into a sleep podcast? No, I didn't tune into one. That's what people used to do with the radio. But, I don't know, it's been a while since I've tuned, I've been thinking, but this is one show you could tune out to. And in a sense, you kind of do, because people just barely listen to me, and then I slowly drift into the background and fade away. So welcome to Sleep With Me, new listeners, regular listeners. How you doing? Everybody's welcome here. This is a podcast that keeps you company in the deep, dark night. And as a friendly voice, just telling you a story and talking to you that you can barely listen to. And, it's about it. We're going to be talking about Alba Salix later on. But first, I'll go on a long meandering intro to help ease you into bedtime. So I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We got coming up is sponsor support. That's how we put the show out free for everybody. Then a long meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime. And then a bedtime story from Alba Salix. So I'm really glad you're here. I work real hard. I'm happy to try to take your mind off stuff and put you to sleep. Thanks for coming by. And here's a couple ways we're able to do it for you for free twice a week. All right, everybody, it is time for me to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix. Now, I've been sleeping in my Helix Dusk Lux for over 4 years. Some of my siblings sleep in Helixes. My nephew sleeps in a Helix because I told them about it personally, not just on the show. I said, it's amazing. You take the quiz, you get matched with the mattress that fits you and how you sleep. Or most importantly, me and my needs. I mean, I can't make this podcast unless I'm sleeping good. I mean, I could do this as an ode, right? Oh, to my Helix Dusk Lux. Oh, let me count the ways. Oh, dearest, I guess it'd be better as a letter, right? Dearest Dusk Lux, you know I like to sleep on my side. You know I like to sleep on my stomach. But I've been away from you. And I miss you so. One night without you is too long. Because you know what I need. You fit my needs. Oh, these past 4 years with you have been like a dream. And every night when I see you, when I feel my cheek upon your, whatever, I don't know what I say that's appropriate for a sleep podcast, but in summary, oh boy, is it nice to get in bed with you every single night. Thank you so much, my Duskaluxy Poo. Oh, Duskaluxy Poo. Oh, so I'm glad we got matched together. Better than the dating app. Way more reliable. Was taking that quiz. 2-minute quiz in a 4-year relationship. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Take that Helix quiz. There's a special offer for October. 20% off all mattress orders. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep. helixsleep.com/sleep. Take that quiz. See what mattress you get matched with that fits your needs and how you sleep. And then let me know about it. Thanks, everybody.
Nah, not quite.
What's up?
Sell my car in Carvana. It's just not quite the right time.
Crazy coincidence. I just sold my car to Carvana.
What? I told you about it 2 days ago.
When you know, you know. You know? I'm even dropping it off at one of those sweet car vending machines and getting paid today.
That's a good deal.
Oh, great deal. Come on. What's your heart saying?
You're right. When you know.
You know.
Sold.
Whether you're looking to sell your car right now or just whenever feels right, go to Carvana.com and sell your car the convenient way. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, everybody, this is Scoots here, and this is a message for people. This is a message about Sleep With Me Plus, supporting the show directly. And I want you to imagine, like, all the personal services that you pay for on a regular basis, whether it's getting your hair cut, maybe you get food delivered, maybe you get your nails done, or a massage. You know, there's so many people that provide services that are valuable parts of our lives, right? And I just wonder where Sleep With Me falls in those personal services that make your life better. And if you say, yes, Sleep With Me is pretty high, and I probably get $300 worth of value out of Sleep With Me every month. I listen 5 nights a week. It helps me go to sleep so I can work, so I can be a member of my family, so I can get up on time, and so I can feel good about my life. I'm just wondering, like, what would you tip on that? If Sleep With Me actually brings you $300 of value, or whatever it is, would you tip Sleep With Me 5% a month? Would you tip me 20%? Because Sleep With Me is free, and the way it stays free, the way we're able to produce the show, are the people who are willing to pay for the podcast as if it was a service, because they know how much work it takes, because they value the show, because it makes their life better. Please support the show. Think about how much it's worth really to you, depending how much does Sleep With Me improve your life. If it was a paid service, how much would you pay for Sleep With Me if it has a positive impact, like the good feeling you have when your nails are done, when your hair's cut, when your kids, when you get home from from going out and the babysitters put your kids to bed and fed them, when someone delivers your food with a smile, when someone asks if your drink wants a refill. Those are services that make your life better, and those are worth money to me. And if Sleep With Me service is worth money to you, the way we keep making it, the way it's going to be possible to keep making it in 2025 is you and listeners like you just taking that action, saying, holy cow, yeah, it is worth $14 a month to me. That's about a good tip for Scoots. Or yeah, I'll support it with an annual subscription of what if you support the show with an annual subscription based on what you get out of 1 month of value of Sleep With Me, you could support it for the whole year just based on 1 month worth of value you get out of Sleep With Me. If you say, you better believe I get $245 of value out of the show every single month, that's the top tier supporting the show. It makes a gigantic difference, and it's critical to the future of Sleep With Me. Kind of the action you choose to take right now, if you're agreeing with what I'm saying, if you can afford it, and Sleep With Me is a service that is a part of your life like those other services, your action or inaction is critical to the future of Sleep With Me. Those people that'll set an alarm or go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus right now and support the show, you're supporting the show into the future, into next year. And those of you that wait, it's kind of putting the, it's like, well, I don't know. You're kind of putting the show in a, well, I don't know situation, like saying, well, I don't know about supporting the show. I'd love to have your support because I love making the show. I love having a positive impact on your life and the lives of people who can't support the podcast. There's a lot of people who are listening who just can't support the show, who love it. And that's kind of the difference between Sleep With Me and other personal services. Most of those are pay first, right? You either pay or you get the service, you either pay for the service or you don't. But with the podcast, paying for it's optional. And that's powerful. That's powerful when you support the show directly. But it's also stepping out of your comfort zone. It's doing something different. It's takes some, there's some resistance to it. And I don't just mean with you. It's a natural resistance. And particularly with a bedtime podcast, it's really hard to convince people, even when they agree with everything I've said so far, to take that action. So if you agree with it, don't wait. Say, hey, Scoots, here's a tip. You do make my life better. You do deliver my lulls with a smile. I do feel better, almost as good as when I get a really good haircut or hairdo or whatever you call it nowadays. It is like a massage. So you can do that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. I'll appreciate it, and so will a bunch of other people. Thanks so much. Oh, Mystery Bart, a lot of people help out in this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bart. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at JonathanMann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support your scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mr. Bard. If you want to be a rebel, if you believe in Sleep With Me, think about, and you can afford to support the show, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks, everybody. Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble, getting to sleep, trouble, staying asleep? Well, welcome to Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep, but we do it with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's keeping you awake, whether it's thoughts, like things on your mind about the past, the present, the future, thinking thoughts. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally related to those thoughts, or feelings from the past, present, or the future, or about the future. I don't know if you can have, I mean, I have feelings about the future all the time, but mostly in the present. Future is one of my favorite things to have feelings about, and thoughts. But and then the past. For me, it's the future first, then the past becoming the future second, and then the present. I'll have feelings about that too, and then I'll think about the future, and then in some sense it's time travel because then it becomes it's always the present though. It turns out it's always the present. And that's why I'm here, being present for you to keep you company, whatever the feelings are. It could be physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine. You could be going through something, getting over something. You could work a different schedule. You could be traveling or have guests. Whatever it is, I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so that you could fall asleep. What I do is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents. I don't know, to keep you company because you deserve a good night's sleep. You deserve the rest you need so your life is more manageable. The rest you need so you know, where bedtime's not a rigmarole, where it's not something you dread as I have in the past, or in the present, I'm not dreading it. I'm just having, me and sleep still have a complicated issue. Or issues right now. It's, it's always something. Me and sleep, it's always something. Always there. Always something there to remind me with sleep that I make a sleep. That I'm so glad, honestly, I'm so glad I get to make a sleep podcast. And the reason I talk about my sleep or what's keeping me awake is so you don't feel alone. So you feel seen and welcomed, whether it's baffling or you're going through something or you're dealing with something, whatever it is. You know, I might not know exactly, let's use another example. You might not have experienced exactly what was keeping me awake last night, right? But I'm sure you can relate to it. Even though last night was a very specific situation. But I'm sure that there's other people listening who have gone through the exact same thing because I just know across the world there's enough people listening. But even if you haven't experienced the exact same thing I was dealing with last night, you can relate to how it feels. So and I did my routine. I thought I was going to fall asleep, and then no, it wasn't happening. I changed some stuff up. I got out of bed. I did all that. And it wasn't easy, right? And I know there's a layer of feelings that come with that, but something that makes me feel better is knowing that there's people out there across the world that can understand. And that's the same for you. If you're new or a regular listener, there's people out there that you don't even know that are really glad you're here. And they're kind of glad because it goes two ways. Like, as you become a regular listener, if this podcast helps you like it helps them, or how it helps me making the show. Like, I don't know. It's important. I don't know. It's different. It's digital, I know. But there is some connection. There is something we share here. And it's mostly like a welcomeness and hopefully a distraction that this podcast can provide for you. Now, it does take some getting used to. This podcast just isn't for everybody. It is like a niche idea, even though I've been doing it a long time. I'm an acquired taste. But give it a few tries. Because at first you're going to be skeptical, you're going to be doubtful. Maybe you had expectations about what a sleep podcast is, or somebody recommended this to you. That's usually what happens, or you read about it somewhere and then somebody recommends it. And then you check it out and you say, what, this is supposed to put me to sleep? No, well, no, I'm more here to keep you company while you fall asleep, to distract you. This is a sleep podcast? I thought there'd be chanting, or some sort of bowls or chimes, or are we going to be descending anywhere, or is there going to be any counting? Well, there'll be a descent into senselessness and pointless meander. Well, you don't really descend into pointless meanders. You kind of, you wait. There's a lot of waiting in this podcast, not wait with an I, with a D. Like, you don't need waiters for the kind of waiting we do, not waiters with an I either. That's interesting. There's waiting, like time-based waiting. Then there's water-based or bog-based waiting. Then there's waiters with a T, but is the T silent, or I don't know? Waiters. I never said, bring me the waiter. But it's, and then there's waiters that you wear while waiting. And then there's waiters that usually you're not, sometimes you're waiting for, if there's free refills and I need my, Coke Zero, then I will be doing a little waiting on the waiter, or I'll be expecting to be waited upon. Excuse, could I get another Coke Zero, please? Or another coffee? Or if it's after 2 p.m. or I know I'm going to be driving somewhere. No, don't need the refill. Actually, it's after 2 p.m. or I got 3 hours in the car. So no, I love a refill, but I can't do it right now. Whoever would have thought we'd do some role playing? First time we've been role playing in a while, and it's based on the confusion about waiting, waiters, and waiting. But what was my point in there? I totally lost it. This is a podcast. It takes some getting used to. That's just what most regular listeners said. That it took 2 or 3 tries to get used to the podcast. At first, they didn't like it, or first, it was much different than they expected. And they said, I don't think this is for me. But then on the second or third try, they said, this podcast is like waiting around. In either, like, you're not really, it's if there was someone that could keep me company so I could forget that I'm waiting with a T, and, I'm watching them waiting with a D, but in a barely entertaining way. I never would have thought waiting could be a spectator sport, not the waiting with a T, the waiting with a D. Like, I never thought watching somebody walk around in a pond. I guess there's been commercials with cranberry bogs before, but this is just, here's something, just putting this idea out there, just in case someone is in possession of cranberry bogs, like you have full cranberry bog clearance, and there's a season where I could do some wading around in your bog. This is not a joke. I would love to do it and film it. It would be probably 2025 or 2026, but where I could just wade around in your bog. And then we could test out this idea. You say, well, that's not really entertaining watching. So you're just well, I'm doing a little bobbing. At first I'd, have to check, could I bob underwater? But I'm sure the berries are bobbing in the bog. So then I'm also making up tongue twisters. And, so that's a bit what this podcast is. So it does take some getting, you say, that's a show I'm going to watch now? Well, no, you won't. You'll just barely watch it, obviously. It's called bogging around. Bogging around. And there is a song. Is that a Counting Crows song that kind of fits in there? I'm just bogging around here in this I'm just a bogger. I don't know. It's someone who actively, if I actively bog, if I'm actively participating in a bog, am I a bogger? But yeah, I think there is, I'm just bogging around here in this bog. I'm a bogger. I don't know if we get the rights to that song. Probably not. Would that be a parody, though, if I just sang that part? If it was a show, it's going to only be one episode, though, because there's a lot of bogs that are not, that I'm not interested in being in, you know? Unless they're, great, I don't know. What are the great historic fictional bogs of history? How many of them other than cranberry bogs? Like, bogs are talk about something that doesn't give love. I mean, it does on this podcast, but I'm also trying to be honest. I'm not trying to oversell you. I'm not trying to, give it a Hollywood makeover, bogs. I don't know, The Princess and the Frog, was there any bogs in that? I'd have to look into that. That'd be the most likely idealized bog, if there was one. I'm trying to think of any other... Frog and Toad, was that just a musical my daughter was in? So I don't know about that one. That'd be pretty good, though, if the Frog and Toad had a disagreement about bogs. Other movies, other swamp-based films, most of them, they're ones that you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't be bogging around. It'd be more trying to get out of there. But if Tiana, it's like, could I get some beignets in this bog? There you go. Okay, I got to get to the sleep podcast, right? So you're like, when is it? Oh, yeah, show's always never getting started. So it does take some getting used to. If you already loathe me in the podcast, which is common, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you has other sleepy stuff and sleep podcasts on there. So it's a podcast you just barely listen to. Also doesn't put you to sleep. I'm here to keep you company while you fall asleep, to take your mind off of stuff. There's a reason the episodes are over an hour. There's no pressure to fall asleep with this show. I'm just here to barely entertain you and barely distract you. And then you wake up. Obviously with this show tomorrow, I'd be like, what was that sleep guy talking about, hon? I don't know, but I think I feel like a glass of cranberry juice, and I feel like looking at a body of water that is slow moving, a body of water that's moving very slowly, if at all, not totally stagnant, but a nearly stagnant body of water. Honey, is that what a bog is, or is that a swamp? I don't know. But what do you say we go drink some cranberry and look at a bog? What do you say we go bog hopping? Is it bog hopping or bog peeping? I'd say bog hopping. Honey, I feel like a frog already. Well, I've always considered you more of a toad. Oh dear. How was it? So was this on the sleep pod? I don't know, but I slept great. So that's kind of the podcast. You kind of wake up, because I'm here to keep you company, to be your boyfriend, your boar sib, your boar bay, your boar bud, your neighbor, your boar bogger, your boar bog bud, your bog buddy. Who do you go bogging with? My bog buds, my boar bud, my boar bestie, my boar burr, my boars. My best boar bog friend forever. So, yeah, I'm here to keep you company, not put you to sleep. And then you just wake up. You say, okay, barely remember what he talked about. Maybe something about bogs. What else do you need to know? Don't put you to sleep. Barely entertain you. Most people don't like the show. Take some getting. Can you give me more good news about, the structure of the show? It can be controversial for I have no idea why, but I always explain it. I just think that sleep and lack of sleep and sleep podcasts are inexorably intertwined, like stuff in a bog. And, bogs are not exactly, there's a tepid response to bogs. Bogs are tepid. The response to bogs are tepid. And I think sleep podcasts, so people can be a little bit strong, have strong feelings about it, about the structure. So that's why I explain it. So so I'm meeting you where you are. And if you decide, I kind of like this podcast, but I wish it was structured differently, I'll tell you how to do that. But most people listen to this ad-supported linear version of the podcast. This is what most people benefit from. And so this show starts off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So you feel seen and welcomed in. You say, okay, I checked that podcast out. Then there's then there's support. So the paying for the show is optional. If you prefer no ads, just support the show directly on Sleep With Me Plus. That probably means you get enough value out of it anyway to make that worth it. Then there's a long meandering intro that's meant to ease you into bedtime. It introduces the podcast, but it takes me about 15, 20 minutes because, then I come up with new hobbies like bogging. A toboggan in a bog. I'm bogging. What do you do in the winter? Toboggan. I toboggan all across my bog if it's the correct temperature. I'm either bogging or toboggan. That would be a bumper sticker. That's a niche bumper sticker. No one. My other bog's a toboggan. That doesn't even make any sense. But that's what I would like as a bumper sticker anyway. That would be very confusing, and it probably wouldn't be good for drivers, so probably wouldn't use it as a bumper sticker because people are like, can you get a little closer to that car, hon? Why? I'm just trying to make sense of that bumper sticker he has. Does it really say my other bog is a toboggan? I think it does, hon. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. That's a car. I don't see any toboggans. I don't know what he means. My other bog's a toboggan. That's right. Oh, that's that sleep podcaster, hon. He's always never getting started. Maybe that should be a piece of merch. I don't know would anybody buy that? My other bog's a toboggan. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, structure show. So the intro goes on and on and on with stuff like this because I go off topic. But it's also somewhat intentional. The structure of the show, or the structure of the intro, is separate from the support. It's a show within a show that's familiar every time, but it's different every time. And so that means, at least for most of the people who listen to this podcast, in my experience, having something that feels comforting but unpredictable in a comforting way, it keeps distracting you versus something repetitive. So that's one reason we have the intro the way that it is. The other reason is it takes about 20 minutes as part of a bedtime routine, a wind down for most listeners. There is a percentage of listeners that fall asleep during the intro, but for most people, they're winding down, getting ready for bed, getting in bed, getting comfortable, or doing some other chill activity so that they can have a buffer between being awake and asleep. And that's what the intro does. If you prefer a show without intros, Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me is on all podcast apps. And that just has the stories from the show. And if you're a member of Sleep With Me Plus, you get a whole feed, I think, with almost 1,000 story-only episodes. So those are options if you just want the stories. But for the people listening to this version, try it out first and see if the intro helps ease you into bedtime. It's your bore friend, your bore bud, so people like that part. Then there's support after the intro, so the show paying for it's optional. Then there's then there's a bedtime story. Tonight will be a crossover with Alba Salix and our friends at Alba Salix and Alba and the whole team. And it's been a very popular crossover we've been doing. And then after that is the end of the show. Then some good nights. So this is a structure show. That's why I make the show. I work really hard. A team of people work really hard on the show. And we all yearn to thrive. We really hope we can help you fall asleep. We appreciate you coming by. And here's the ways we're able to do it for you for free twice a week. Sleep With Me podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. All right, everybody, it's time for Alba Salix, Season 2, Episode 5, A Blueprint for Success. King Gunther's outlandish plans for a new school of medicine require Minister Parisi and the House of Healing crew to throw a gala fundraiser. And Eli starts the episode off saying hello, welcome. And, time flies when you're making podcasts. It's busy season. The finale was coming next week when Eli recorded it. But there's more stories to come. And that includes The End of Time and Other Brothers. And if you haven't heard it yet, Other Brothers is a spinoff set in the same world as Alba, full of fairy cakes and friends and other funny things. And there's a holiday special on the way with a new season starting in that January. You can find Other Brothers in your favorite podcast app. There's also another season, Axe and Crown, The Axe and Crown. So you could get back together with that crew. And don't forget to support things like Alba Salix on Patreon or wherever, they do their funding. Because almost everything like this is listener supported, just like Sleep With Me. So keep an eye out and support your favorite podcasts as the music begins. And we head out to episode 5 into the palace throne room. And the sound of a big wooden door opens and we hear footsteps, Gunther's footsteps. It's a good, I'm King Gunther, of course. Good to see you, Minister. Hello, Alba. Yes, thank you. It is, I am Minister Parisi, Your Majesty. Alba here, Your Majesty. Oh, good. Yes, you could call me Your Grace as well if you choose so. I've been reviewing your proposal for this new school of helping people getting better, teaching people to help people get better. Oh, really? You, as minister, I'm surprised you read it. I mean, thank you for reading it, Your Majesty. Yes, Your Grace, though. I agree. We need to begin training a new generation of healers to keep this kingdom fit and well. A state-of-the-art facility for research and education, I believe we should begin as soon as possible. Wow. As Alba, this is great news. This is like as minister, I already have my staff. I can have them draw up a list of requirements for building design. Oh, no. As your king, I could tell you that there's no need. What do you mean, Your Majesty? Oh, I've designed it already. Oh boy, this is Alba. I'm just not going to say anything at all. I'm just talking to myself. I'm not going to say anything. Oh, come on over here. I got it right over here. Behold, you could see here on my desk. Oh boy. This is your Grace. This is your minister. It's very nice. Yes, isn't it? It's I've been using a new tool for it. It was a gift from the Gnomish ambassador. It's it's this kit with all these parts you can snap together to create visualizations of buildings or whole streets. Look at this. Do you see these little trees? Yes, so those are trees, Your Majesty. Alba can see those trees. And yet, as minister, I think those trees are lovely, Your Majesty. And now you could just pop down a piece of paper and then this quill magically draws all the blueprints in the budget for us just based on all of that. You see the quill? It's sketching and writing. It's going so fast I can barely watch it. As minister, that's quite a strange shape it's taking. Oh, yeah, it's a unicorn. Unicorns are known for their legendary powers of healing. Oh, this is Alba. Please give me strength. Your Majesty, is it lying down? I'm a bit confused. This tower over here. Oh yeah, that tower's its head. I thought maybe even the horn could light up magically. Is that possible? I'm speechless, Your Majesty. I'm quite certain there's no other building like this in the world. I know. I've already signed a decree that construction will begin in the spring. Oh, that's good. So you already have the funding already? That's why I kind of brought you two down here. We need to find the money to get the old shovels in the ground, as they say. This building looks like it's need more than shovels. Oh, indeed. But, shovels, then bricks, then a roof, obviously. Spoken just like an architect, Your Majesty. So, I need the two of you to coordinate and start fundraising, private sources, how much are we going to need, Your Majesty? Well, according to the budget calculator, 540,000 crowns. Yeah, maybe there'd be even like some pennies left over for the existing House of Healing. Oh yeah, we could put that on the budget too. And the way I thought we'd do it is we could hold a great big gala, or a gala. Do you prefer a gala or a gala? But the Queen herself, she'll be the royal patron, and she can lead the fundraising campaign. Well, that's lovely of her. And since Parabel is going to be the founding patron, it's going to be called the Queen Parabel School of Helping People Helping Others, training people to help others. Oh, of course it will. Why don't you, instead of a unicorn, why don't you make a building shaped like her then? Oh, Alba, that's brilliant. What was I thinking? Oh, unicorns, indeed. I'm going to have to find Parabel right away. Excuse me. And don't forget to tell her to ask all her friends for money. And with that, I am the announcer by appointment to the King and Queen, Alba Salix, Royal Physician, Volume 2, Episode the 5th, A Blueprint for Success. And here we are in the House of Healing in reception as Minister Parisi paces around the room. Oh, my goodness. Like Loria warned me there was something like this coming, but I had no idea it would be this bad. Has anyone heard anything from the Queen yet? No, this is Alba here. She hasn't really gone out in public lately since, since what? Is there something going on? Well, you didn't hear from me, but she's expecting. Like, when is she expecting this expectation? Is she going to be able to carry out her duties as patron of the school? No, she'll be fine. It's April. The expectation, it will arrive in April. But that doesn't mean she's going to do anything for us. Oh, it's down to us then. 500,000 crowns for a building we didn't even ask for. Oh, I thought you'd be used to stuff like this at this point. And I'll be the one to blame when it doesn't go right. Oh, my goodness. Swan boats. It's the swan boats again. It is not the swan boats. It is. I'm responsible for building someone else's bad idea, and I'm going to be the one who has to clean it up afterwards. Okay, it's Lori. Let's just, Mr. Parisi, let's just calm down. We just have to come up with a plan. Yes, a plan. All right. So who is our main demographic? Wealthy patrons, nobility. Let me get a pen and paper out here and do some notes. Okay, well, Her Majesty's the best connection there. But maybe we should focus on wealthy merchants and industrialists. Maybe they want their name on this prestigious project. I mean, after all, the more people that can help them, the better. The more people we teach to help their, people that work with them, the better they are. Yeah, but I didn't want to become royal physician to fundraise. It's not exactly a part of my job description either, but here we are. Could any of your staff be of help? I mean, I'm serious. Could any of your staff be of help to us? I mean, there's a first time for anything. And as we go slightly into the future, a door and a doorstep and a knocking on that door. And the door is opened by like a village elder. Yes, can I help you? Oh, Magnus here, ma'am. My name's Magnus. I think I said that. I'm here on behalf of the Ministry of Magical Affairs and Health. Never heard of it. Well, yeah, it's a new thing. We're raising money to build a new school for healers. Well, that sounds very nice, but I'm, okay, like, let me ask you a question. Do you like feeling good? I suppose so. Like eating, fresh air, smiling, all the, like the benefits of being in a state of not needing healing. Sure. And the number one things that could get in the way of that? Ponies? No, not ponies. Other, things wandering around that I might not find tasteful? No. It's, liquimeltibium. What? You haven't heard of liquimeltico? It's tropical. It's hard to say too. It's a web-based surprise. Oh my goodness, really? Right. Do you know when you sleep? Sometimes there's vapors. Okay, well that's we have vapors. What are vapors? That's like vapors I breathe in at nights? Exactly. And you just never know. Wait, how would I know? If I never know, how would I know? Well, I mean, it'd be a surprise. Like I said, it starts with like some tears in your tear ducts, and then it goes on from there, and then it gets very gooey, very, very gooey. Tears and goo? Yeah, and, then there's there's some stuff that sniffling, but also malaise. Anytime you felt not so hot. Well, yeah, not so hot. I mean, like every day is not so hot. I mean, unless it's hot or cold, it's not so hot then. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to point anything out, but you shouldn't make assumptions, Oh, my goodness. Like, maybe I need to get this checked out then. Yeah, you probably should, but, with shortages and stuff. I mean, you could support the Queen Parabel's school of helping teach people to help others, healers, training healers. We take pledges, but you could always pay in cash as well. Okay, well, yeah, no, that's great. I got you. Well, you're doing good work, ma'am. I just wanted to say, the vapors you may not be exposed to may not be your own, but that's great. And then we head back to the House of Healing. Okay, this is Minister Parisi. It was a team meeting. Good morning, team. Oh, it's me, Holly, checking in. Hi, Minister Parisi. You've got a bad news look on your face. You're going to tell me, you're going to give me, Alba, bad news? Yes, I am. I found out we won't be able to use the Great Hall at the palace. Oh, bummer. Why not? They're still cleaning up from that ball they had in honor of Prince Aquarelian and his entourage. Oh, I heard that one was fun. They had like a water balloon fight or something like that. Yeah, it's an honored custom among mer people, I guess. Oh, traditions like that are so wonderful. They bring people together. Yeah, but it also cost several thousand crowns in water damage, and they're still wringing out the tapestries. Well, the next time mer people visit, maybe His Majesty will host them down at the harbor. Yeah, but they brought their own water balloons. Okay, so do we have a backup venue? The only place that's available Friday night is the old coach house. Oh, that's such a pretty building. Yeah, but it's a bit rough and ready. It has a simple homespun charm. Yeah, they're also going to charge us a bunch of money for booking it because we're not even going to have any left over for our budget for food and drinks. Oh, that's no problem. I can cook, and I love cooking, and I can bring out some fairy friends as well to help. How many fairy friends are we talking about? Minister, Holly, no. What do you, be careful what you're asking for. Yeah, but it'll save us some money. Like, fairies are experts at foraging for wild food. We can sing, we can dance while we cook. Can I also say, no, not a good idea? Okay, as minister, I think we, given our budget, we should consider it. Holly, if you and your friends would provide us with a full ingredient list ahead of time, we have to be aware of everybody's needs. Oh, but, we can always improvise, it's a little bit of whatever's in season. Oh, yeah. This is like, Holly, do you remember the time you gave ginger snaps to 12 people and then their vestigial tails were no longer vestigial? Oh, but those were so cute. Okay, maybe not. Maybe, Holly, maybe you could all help with decorating instead. Oh, yeah, we could do that. We'll fill every corner of the old coach house with flowers. Well, as long as the flowers don't have any thorns or prickers or fuzzies or pollen or hidden surprises. Oh, okay, everything, this does need to be perfect. Is that clear? No tails, no swan boats, no fuzzies, nothing like that. Okay, Holly, I'll give you a list of safe flower varietals. Okay, good. We're making progress. Okay, is there anything else I can do to help? Please, pretty please. Okay, let's talk about the gala later. How's the door-to-door campaigning been going? We're up to 4,500 crowns. Okay, that's a bit slower than I hoped. Yeah, well, there was a few hiccups early on, but I think we've got them fixed. If I just transition this to a memory of Magnus going door to door, knocking, as another member of the neighborhood opens the door. Yes, can I help you? Hello? Oh, good afternoon. I'm Magnus here. I'm Magnus from the Ministry of Magical Affairs and Health. Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is. We're building a brand new school so we can teach more healers and heal lots more people. Sounds great, right? Now, they're going to be out there making people just like you feel oh so good. And dealing with surprise and vestigial tales that are no longer vestigial. I'm sorry, like a vestigial, that's just, that's a thing that was never there, that's there. Yeah, so you could see why your donation would be so important. Yeah, my donation, right. Let me guess, you only take cash. No. I'm not allowed to accept cash donations. Oh, why not? Well, my boss doesn't trust me not to take the donations for myself. Wait, what's going on? Wait, something's happening. Something's happening. What are you up to, young man? No, I totally came here to keep it for myself. What are you asking questions about? Wait, is this some sort of weird double bluff? What's your name, kid? Who do you work for? Oh, I'm Magnus of Heselford. I work for Alba Salix, the royal physician, who apparently slipped me a truth potion before I went out this morning. Alba, you work for the royal physician? Yeah, I'm her apprentice. Look, I've taken up enough of your time. Wait, not so fast. I'm going to have to turn you in. You're not being fully... No, please. Ministry of Magical Affairs. What do you think? You could fool me? No, yeah, I figured, you're like, no, it's true. Everything I've told you is true. The ministry, the school thing, well, you said you were up to something. No, the fundraising part was real. I was just going to keep your donation for myself. Well, you really picked the wrong guy to try to surprise. No, I'm not arguing with you. I was a sergeant in the town guard. You know what we used to do when we caught people like you up to no good? Okay, well, you know, I know how to, if you're planning on dancing off, I've danced against not Glee Van Fleet, but Guy Van Fleet. So, okay, well, should I report this to your boss or should I turn you into the town? The town, not my boss, definitely not my boss. All right, I'll turn you into your boss then. No, please don't turn me into my boss. And then we go to the ballroom. Holly flutters around the room as she works. We hear rustling like leaves and a creaking sound. Yeah, it's Holly decorating. You're just in time to help us build a brand new school. La, la, la. Oh, Holly, are you sure this is Magnus? Are you sure these are the approved flowers? Magnus, I'm ready for the next garland. Come on, we got to finish. Wait, hold your horses. Like, I've my fingers are sore from making these garlands. Well, if you didn't want to be stringing garlands, you shouldn't have tried keeping money from our donors. Yeah, donors. I can't believe that retired guy caught me. Here's your garland. Are we done now? No, stay put. I can't let you out of my sights. Wait, that one's not going to reach, Magnus. This garland's too short. Yeah, well, I ran out of twine. Here, just tie it to the other arm of the chandelier. But then it wouldn't be symmetrical. Just do the same thing on the other side. We can't waste any more time. Miss Parisi's going to be here any minute. I know. Just go ahead and tie it off and we'll fix it later. Okay. See, it's fine. She's not even going to notice. Okay, wait, there. Okay, see, that looks nice. All right, let's start setting up the tables, Magnus. Sure, just give me a minute. I'm just, I want to take my time. The garlands do look pretty good from here, right? Well, I guess we better, oh boy, the chandelier's falling. Oh dear. Okay, Magnus, why don't you get a broom and start cleaning it up? I told you we shouldn't have tied it to the chandelier, Holly. Magnus. Hey, don't Magnus me. Minister Parisi here. Holly, Magnus, I brought the flowers for the centerpiece. What is happening? Oh, hello, Madam Minister. Okay, that's another 500 crowns. That's what that cost. I'm sorry, Miss Parisi. It's all good. The gala is supposed to bring in money. I think that's the idea, right? Yeah, we're expecting 50 of the richest people in the kingdom to come and give us money. And look at this. I already broke a chandelier. There's glass. Yeah, we're cleaning it up, though. It's all under control, your ministerliness. Okay, deep breaths. Let's just do one thing at a time. Oh, there goes the rest of the chandelier. Well, at least it's symmetrical again. Okay, get this cleaned up. Yes, Miss Parisi. Well, so those new flowers look nice. Yes, they're from the florist. For the love of Loxon, please don't break any of the vases. Okay, don't break any of the vases. Wait a second. Those are orange slither flowers. Yeah, that's right. They're not on Alba's list. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Who ordered them? I did. It was a special request. Wait, don't those, those ones are not, those are not friendly flowers. Yeah, they can cause runny noses. Okay, well, we don't have time to change them. Just set up the tables. All right, but people are going to have runny noses that's not exactly the kind of, if they're running their nose, then we're going to need tissues. Okay, let's keep discussing this as our voices fade out and we go to the palace chamber where Gunther and Parabel are talking. This is Gunther. Parabel, darling. Yes, dear. Why aren't you getting ready for the gala tonight? I thought you'd be excited to spend the evening with your friends. See and be seen. Enjoy yourself. Well, I don't think I can. Why ever not, my dear? Well, I'm not feeling well. Because of the baby? Yes, the baby. Well, you could just do a brief appearance. You had that lovely pink dress picked out. Well, yeah, I'm not sure about that dress. We have it all ready for you, dear. Well, come on, let's see. Well, yeah, it's something strange is happening. Well, what is it? Is it based on the baby or something else? Here, check it out. Wait a second, that's not possible. You're, yeah, thank you, dear. I mean, something seems to be changing. Yeah, I'm getting taller, and inexplicably. But that's why would you be getting taller? Because you're usually you don't get taller after like 18, 20, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I know, Gunther. Alba said it's like a super expansionary pregnancy, I guess, so where I'm expanding upwards. Well, I've never heard of that. Yeah, she says it's just strange, but nothing. It's, par for the course. Okay, so that's good. So then you can go to the gala. Yeah, it's just going to be that I'm not used to being this tall. Yeah, but, you'll get used to being taller. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we could have Alba come by and talk. No, not Alba. That's fine. Parabel, your people need you. It'll be your name on this new building, your face smiling down at every bright young student, every wizard who steps through its doors. Yes, dear. Not to mention the rumors, if you don't show up, people are going to wonder. All right, darling, I'll go. Thank you, dear. We'll get the tailors in here right away and make this dress taller for you. You'll look magnificent. I always do. Courage, my treasure. You've done this before. Yes, it's true. Just this time is the only time in my life I've ever gotten taller since I was a kid. And now we go to the back hallway before the gala. Minister Parisi, Alba, and Holly are talking. It's Minister Parisi. Where is everyone? The musicians are late. Oh, it's okay, Minister Parisi. They'll be here any minute. Magicians or musicians? This is Magnus. Who's late? The palace caterers are nowhere to be found, to say nothing of... Wait, it's raining outside? Alba, you're coming in? Where have you been? Sorry, I had to go back to the House of Healing. Oh, what was happening there? Ponies. Ponies have been showing up. What do you mean ponies? People have had appearances of ponies in their homes. Okay, get changed. Holly, I need you to fly up to the palace and find out where the royal caterers are. Okay. Okay, don't bother. I'll tell you where they are. What do you mean? No. Yep. No. Well, don't keep us in suspense. Where are they? At the House of Healing. Like, it turns out the ponies are the caterers and the caterers are the ponies. So they won't be catering anything. Oh my gosh, all of them? Yeah. So are any of the ponies available to cook? No, because it's, our guests would also become ponies temporarily. Okay, so you two are going to have to start cooking, Magnus and Holly. Us? Oh, you got it. Cooking's my favorite thing ever. Couldn't we just make, like, dinner by magic? Like, the sorcerer generally used to do that stuff for banquets. Yeah, but that was an illusion. Someone actually had to make the food first. Great. So we're toast, in other words. Magnus, I've had a very long day, and it's only getting longer. I need you two to go into that kitchen, find something on the menu you can cook, and cook it. You got it. Magnus and I are on it. We'll take it from here. Okay, good. Alba, you got to get dressed. The guests are coming soon, and then we'll have to mingle. Oh, mingle. Ugh. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, no. Mingle. Mingle is in plural. You and I will be mingling. You get your fair share too, Miss Salix. I've even written out some simple donor conversations to have. Okay, fine. Okay, and then in the kitchen, Holly's humming. Asparagus gallinoise with truffle infusion, Steamed sprouts? Holly, do you understand any of this? Oh, we don't need the menu. We'll just make it up as we go. Yeah, that always ends well. The most important thing is to have fun, Magnus. And in the ballroom, a crowd gathers, chittering and laughing. A string quartet plays in the background. Minister Parisi, Mr. Preston, excuse me. Oh, what a terrific evening, your ladyship. Best party of the year. Chop, chop. Thank you. It was so good of you to come. It smells like something's being well cooked, overcooked. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's fine, though. Oh, it's just me, Holly. Good evening, your ladyship and unknown gentleman. Oh, fairy servants. That's a nice touch. Hello, darling. Would you like a glass of sparkling wine, sir? Oh, sure, I would love some. Thank you, Holly. Is everything going all right in the kitchen? Perfectly fine. Ooh, well, this is quite a different champagne. It tastes a little cabbagey. Oh, good heavens. There are certain vegetal notes to it. Holly, what on the earth is this? Oh, this is fairy moonshine. Wholesome, nourishing, 12 essential nutrients. Helps build stronger wings, add shine to your hair. I mean, if you had wings, only the best for our donors. You made moonshine for dinner? Well, we had a problem with the hors d'oeuvres, but Magnus is, well, no, that's just the first. Magnus is working on the soup course. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, this, actually, thank you, Holly. This stuff does grow on you. Well, indeed. I'm sure a good chef will have plenty more wonderful surprises where that came from. Up her sleeve. Or his sleeve, Mr. Parisi, if Magnus is cooking. So, yes, we will. Whew, man, I mean, I'm just getting a little blurry in here. Is this just the wine? Holly, it seems to be steaming. There's steam coming in the room. Okay, I'll be right back. Check on it. Oh, dear. Good evening. I'm Alba Salix. Oh, yeah, Alba, please meet Mr. Edgar Preston. Edgar Preston, Mr. Preston. This is Miss Alba Salix, royal physician. It's an honor, Miss Salix. Mr. Preston is one of our more generous donors. Well, that's wonderful. Well, magic is our business, you know, and we're very interested in giving back to the magical community. Oh, what business are you in, sir? I'm the head of Mysticorp Energy, ma'am. Mysticorp? Oh, yeah. The kingdom's largest exporter of mystical energy? Yeah, I'm aware. Extracting energy from the Lou lines isn't the safest of practices. Miss Salix, that's enough? Oh, but we take every precaution. Yeah. What was it, like 2 spills in the last year? No. Those were caused by our competitors. And the rain of skunks in April. Okay, well, that's great. I'm very good of Mr. Preston to attend our little fundraiser, especially on a stormy night. It's my pleasure. It's only rain and water, am I right? And we're certainly grateful the presence of his company's generous donation, aren't we, Miss Salix? Yeah, very good of him. It's been lovely chatting with you, sir. Likewise. But why do you got to provoke our donors? Just to force a habit. Can you at least wait till after the school is built? Sure, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Aren't those lovely flowers, Mr. Preston? Oh, yes, those are Wait a second, my nose is starting to run. And then we go into the kitchen where it's very, very hot and steamy, hot and humid. Holly goes, Magnus, what's going on in here? Nothing. I'm making soup. Everything's under control. Well, I think the guests are getting hungry. Yeah, don't worry. I'm working on it. I've got an assembly line going here. We just place the vegetables here. Then the magical knives chop them up and put them in the pot. Wait, Magnus, by themselves? You're cooking with magic? Well, we can't feed all those people by hand. Watch, it's going to be fine. Nimis multi pomeri. Magnus, if you're going to use magic, maybe don't use it for the cutting part. It's okay, but now they're just floating. Ninimus multipomeri. Okay, whoa, then they're going really fast. That's better than I expected. Okay, I'm going to deliver more drinks. And back into the ballroom. Miss Salix, this is Lord Cronstable, the shipping magnate. Magnate. It's my pleasure to meet you, Lord Cronstable. It's good of you to lend your support. My duty and pleasure. So how is the shipping business? Have you sailed any good ships lately? Oh, it's about more than ships these days. You don't say. Yeah, you see, the smart money's in carpets. Oh, dear. Wait, you're shipping by carpets? Oh, absolutely. Those Vietnamese flying carpets are the wave of the future. Oh, how fascinating. Miss Percy, didn't you issue a report on freight carpets while you were Minister of Transportation? Yeah, the preliminary findings were, yeah, I think the conclusion was inefficient for cargo and crew. No. There you go. These are modern ones, dear lady. They've got bracing, active dampening, side rails, no more spills. You see, Miss Salix, probably worth another try. Oh, I'm sure you're... Here, why don't you smell these flowers? No, don't smell the flowers. Wait, does this mean you solved the weight ratio, your lordship? You didn't realize that the bracing, if the bracing's heavy, then how would you carry anything at all? Oh, that's just a technical challenge. These are fourth generations hollow bracing. So we could carry as many as 2 bananas. 2 bananas or 2 bananas? Yeah, either one, banana or 2, or a banana and a banana. And back in the kitchen, the vegetables go into the boil bubble. There we go. Magnus is on the case. Wow, Magnus, you're actually getting it working. Yeah, no, magic was in me all along. Well, how does it taste? Well, no, I don't know, but there's going to be plenty for everybody. Well, can you stop with magic chopping, and so we can taste it and see how it is? Yeah, let's see if it needs any spices. Quaiste. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, enough onions. Quesita. Quesita? Quesita. Okay, stop, please. It's boiling over, Magnus. Quesito. Quesike. Okay, oh boy. Ayuda. Okay, back in the ballroom, Alba and Miss Percy approach the Joneswoods, a pair of frivolous nobles. Lord and Lady Yonewood, may I present Miss Alba Salix, royal physician? Delighted. Oh, yes, and I'm charmed. Thank you for being here. Well, it's such an important cause, you know. I think it's such imperative to care for other people. Among all the people, though. Yes, dearest. Well, dearest, this is a different one. This is the House of Healing Gala. Oh, of course, yes. I thought it was another one. But, you know, whatever helps. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right about that. I suppose you're not wrong. What's the one with the tears or with the extra, the smiling all the time? What's that called? Smiling blights? Oh, yes, smiling blights. Sounds good and bad at the same time. Yeah, awful. Well, speaking of awful, this weather's been awful, huh? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and smiling too much could also be delightful, though. Oh, the king and the queen are here. His Majesty, King Gunther III, and Her Majesty, Queen Parabelle. Clappity clap clap. Wait a second, that's odd. Isn't it, though? Oh, good heavens, I didn't realize Her Majesty was that tall. Wait a second, she's with child, but she's also... I saw her a week ago, and she wasn't that tall. Oh, it must be a new fashion in dresses. It's just an illusion. Well, No, that's her. She's taller than normal. Oh, dear. I ought to postpone the gala. I mean, that's like 10 feet tall. Miss Parisi, Miss Salix, your king, your majesties, are you ready for the big unveiling? We can't wait. Neither can I. I better go check on my model. It's your queen, Minister Parisi. This is a splendid gala so far. Oh, your majesty's too kind. Alba, Lady Joanwood, Lord Joanwood, your majesty. Your majesty, I say, does this serve as an official announcement? Announcement of your happy state of expectancy, a third child, and a new style of, I knew people grew taller. Is it just a projection of how good you're feeling? Yes, I'm having a baby. Oh, congratulations, Your Majesty. When? Oh, in April, thank you. Oh, my. I know it's awkward to talk about my height. Of course. Excuse Your Majesty, it's me, Alba. Could I speak to you for a second? Not now, Alba. It's almost the time for speeches. Yeah, but Your Majesty, you're very tall, your height is unexpected to me. Please, immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, it's your king. On behalf of the Queen Parabel Feeling Better Foundation, we extend our warmest thanks to all of you for your generous support. I know you're all keen to find out what this building is going to look like, and believe me, I'm keen to show you. Before that, I want to acknowledge a patron of this vital project, Her Majesty, my dear Queen Parabel Salix. Would you like to Parabel, has anyone seen the Queen? Well, we see the Queen because she's in the corridor talking with Alba. Parabel, where are you going? I just need to catch my breath. Yeah, but that's not all you need. We need to talk. Nothing's wrong. Yeah, but you're 10 feet tall. Yeah, but it was it wasn't supposed to. What do you mean it wasn't supposed to? Oh, this is Magnus. Alba, we've got something else going on. Excuse me, I hate to interrupt the two of you. Okay, Magnus, sort it out. I'm dealing with my sister here. No, but yeah, we got another situation. Okay, what did you do this time? No, don't answer it. Just deal with it. I have something else going on. Parabel? Wait, Parabel, she's gone now too. Well, Magnus is running away. Man, this is not going according to plan. I got the Queen growing 10 feet tall. I got Magnus with something in the kitchen. We're supposed to raise 500,000 crowns or whatever. And a bunch of donors that I don't like. And I know the Queen probably did something without my approval, and that's why she grew 10 feet tall. So I'm really not feeling it. This is not my thing. And I can only imagine that somewhere Parabel has run off and is thinking about things. Maybe somewhere in a storm room where rain patters on the roof. And Parabel stumbles in, panting for breath, closes the door behind her, and says, No, I'm still growing. And then the closing theme plays as Eli says goodnight. And don't forget to check out Alba Salix's Patreon. Join their fan community. You can find everything at albasalix.com. Good night. Hey, this is Scoots. This is your tuck you in message about Sleep With Me Plus, kind of the engine that keeps the podcast going at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And I also want to let you know, I do hear from tons of people who aren't in a position to support the show. And if you can't support the show, that is totally cool. I totally get it. Like when I say in the earlier messages that this message is not directed towards you, it's not. It's directed at people who want to support the show or just they're like, oh, I am in a position to support the show. And then much like me, they, other stuff distracts them between when I talk about it. That's a pretty normal experience, right? But I always like to clarify that because now if you can't support the show financially, but you really want to support the show, we do have the referral program. You could do that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer, R-E-F-E-R. Probably had about 10 people who've earned between 3 months and 5 years of Sleep With Me Plus, memberships, just by referring people to free podcast. So you could do that. You could also always check out our sponsors at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sponsors. Check out the free trials or take the Helix quiz. And then maybe down the road, you never know. You might be in a position where you want a new bed or you want to try out any of the other sponsors we have. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I always like to clarify that because it's not about the audience is, there's people there that like you don't get like that's the greatest thing about getting emails from listeners, especially the once a year where I do the kind of thing where it's like, hey, if you're in a position to support the show, let me know, because I do hear from those people every year, and I totally get it because I was in that position while making this podcast. I couldn't afford a car. Could lived in a really small 1-bedroom place with my daughter, and whatever came in went right back out every single month. So I know what it's like not to be able to support stuff. So don't worry about it. Again, like those messages at the top of the show are just aimed at exactly those people, because the majority of people, they sleep through the podcast, right? Or they prefer the ad-supported version. So it's just getting through those people that just needed a little bit extra. Or they're like, oh, yeah, like I can put these, I don't use these subscriptions as much as I use Sleep With Me. Let me pause those other subscriptions, because there's a couple of subscriptions. I didn't even pause them. I said adios to, because yeah, I said, I'll start it back up when I'm ready to watch something on there, but I'm not going to pay for it. Just keep it waiting there because I don't use it on a nightly basis. So anyway, I'm glad you're here, and I just want to offer some reassurance and some comfort in the deep, dark night. That's my job. Now, if you are listening to this and you say, well, yeah, I have been putting off support and Sleep With Me, you are the person I'm trying to get through to. And I hope you're comfortable in bed. Don't worry, there's plenty of other episodes of Sleep With Me you could queue up after this. But think about setting an alarm in your phone or putting a note and putting it on your bedroom floor and saying, tomorrow at breakfast, I'm going to go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. I'm going to support that podcast that's there for me night after night after night when I need it, because I do appreciate it. It does make my life Sleep With Me makes my life a lot better. And that's why I pay for a free podcast, or that's why I'm going to set an alarm now and do it tomorrow. Or send yourself a text, though I tend to ignore a text for myself unless it's about what I got to record. So thanks so much, and good night, everybody.